Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an episode of Awesome Heat. This is our quote unquote maiden voyage. We tried, we tempted, we finally got it done. I'm your man, Dion Primetime, along with my host to my left or right, depending on what side we put ourselves on. Rufus, talk to the people.
Hey man, I'm Rufus, Doc, Gavin, and thank you all for tuning in to Awesome Heat, man, where we bring you the awesome heat every week. Dion, quick question.
What you got for me?
Did you watch Mortal Kombat?
I watched it. I fell asleep a little bit. I couldn't fully get into it. I woke up somewhere in the middle, tried to pay attention. I almost took the dog out for a walk. So my eyeballs looked at it. How about that?
so you glanced at it and you told yourself, "This is some trash."
When I can tell you one thing, I got about halfway through that movie, not halfway through that movie, maybe 35 minutes in that movie, because the first 7 minutes were really good. I see why they put that online, but when I got to about the time where they took off to find like Raiden, I had already sort of mentally checked out and thought to myself, "Oh my God, I would much rather be watching the 1995, 96 version of Mortal Kombat." So it made me think about all the things I'd seen up to that point. If I would have been watching the 1995 version, I would have seen some really good stuff for the first 30 or 45 minutes of that movie.
So basically what you're saying, it was a complete waste of 2 hours.
An hour 45, but yes, I could have gotten away with watching and been satisfied if I watched the first 9 or 10 minutes, and you give me like the last 10 to 15. Everything in the middle, I just did not care about. The characters, it did not hit for me. I know that you were anticipating this movie way more than I, because I am an advocate that Mortal Kombat is the very no. I'm an advocate that the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie is 1A in my 1A and 1B to only the Great Sonic the Hedgehog movie as the best video game adaptation of all time. So I went into this movie just thinking like, oh, okay, well, we get fatalities, and besides one, and that may have been Kung Lao, who was probably the best character on there, that's the only good one. But Rufus, I'm gonna hand the floor over to you, because I know you were anticipating it way more than I was.
So can I talk to the people?
This is your platform, man.
Can I talk to the people like I want to talk to the people?
You're a host. We put this show together. You're part of this. So you
Jet. I'm gonna warn you. It's gonna be some spoilers.
Yes, spoilers.
But I'm just gonna come out. Man, fuck that movie. You feel me? That movie was absolute trash.
Okay, and
100% trash. What? No, you know what? No, let me take that back. 95% trash. Scorpion and Sub-Zero were the truth. I'm not gonna lie. First 7 minutes off the chain. The first 7 minutes of this movie, you were really you sat up straight and you got some pop, maybe a Slim Jim and some Twizzlers, some Skittles if you like, and you was like, this shit about to be off the chain.
The first 7 minutes will fool you. The first 7 or 8 minutes.
I'm gonna tell you, for me, I grabbed a chili dog. Your boy had a nice icy. You feel me? I was ready, because like I told you, man, when I saw the preview of Sub-Zero grabbing Jack's arms, I was like, this shit gonna be awesome. I'm getting off subject. I'm gonna break it down for you right quick, people. First 7 minutes, awesome. Then they introduced this new character, Cold Trash. That's his name.
Come on.
You could call him by his name. The boy's name is Cold Trash because he's absolutely garbage. Period.
Not a character that I cared about. And that's what's the problem with the movie at the core of the movie. There were characters we just didn't care for.
Exactly. Most of the times when you watch a movie you connect with at least one character, and that carries you through the movie.
At least one.
I personally didn't connect with one character. Although I like Scorpion, he was great. I like Sub-Zero, he was great.
Those were perfect.
I didn't connect with any of these characters. Cole Young story, pointless. When Sonya Blade came into the realm of the movie, spoiler alert, I know I keep saying that, but she has Kano in a trailer tied to a chair. She's interrogating this dude, talking about Mortal Kombat and all this other bullshit. She's been searching for 7 years, trying to find the dragon tattoo. Another thing that I don't like is this motherfucking dragon mark. Where the fuck this shit come from?
Okay,
Dion, please explain that to me.
Okay, so I get the idea of them wanting to tell some sort of new story, new version of story. Mortal Kombat has been rebooted. The game has been sort of rebooted and retconned 2 or 3 times over the course of what the 30 or so years it's been around. So I understand them wanting to do something different, but this is what got me to not enjoy it as much. The idea of Mortal Kombat is simple. It's it's a tournament to the death. Just give me that. You. And then
I was going to ask you.
Obviously, Shang Tsung cheats in everything. So it would have been somewhat of a retelling of the first movie, but it's low-key a retelling of every single game we've had from then on. But the concept is so simple. Let me get to Cole Young real quick. After giving it a little time to marinate, I'm not saying that I liked him. I just didn't care for him. But I liked the idea of, okay, it's like a double-edged sword with me. I liked the idea that Scorpion still had a lineage, but I kind of hated that he still had a lineage because I lost that impact a little bit of Sub-Zero destroying his clan, you know? Like I want Scorpion to be the only one. And then as time goes on, you build his clan back or whatever like that if you wanted to. But I just think that the fact that he had no bloodline in everything else leading up, like I think that would have been a lot heavier at the end when he showed up. Or you skip all that and you just do a tournament where he crawls out of hell and he's there to destroy Sub-Zero and you give him that opportunity.
All right, let me make a point about the tournament. For those of you who do not understand, Mortal Kombat is a fucking tournament to the fucking death. Period. Everybody from their different realms meet up in this place and they fucking fight. That's why it's called Mortal fucking Kombat to the death. And whoever wins whatever world, however many times they win that world and they go and fuck up shit. It's the whole point of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, 10 times.
Excuse me. This movie, none of that. This movie, what really pissed me off, and speaking of specifically the dragon mark, the dragon mark on this movie can be transferred to the person that kills the person with the dragon mark, which I thought was dumb as fuck. Because Raiden is supposed to come to Earth or come to wherever he's supposed to go
and build his champions.
Pick a squad of champions. That's the best of the motherfucking best to come and defend whatever realm Raiden decides he wants to defend. Didn't happen. These motherfuckers out here, they killing people for marks, can't fucking fight. Get up here. Can we fast forward to the training, please?
I was just about to say, go ahead.
Okay. So they finally,
because I have a Jax thing about that.
I'm fast forwarding people. So Cold Trash is introduced, then Jax, and then Sonya Blade, and now we got to go meet the rest of the people. Okay, now y'all caught up. Now, for y'all who don't know who Liu Kang is, he's the motherfucking truth.
Can I have 10 seconds?
Just let me say one. Just let me say one thing. The motherfucker they got playing Liu Kang in this trash ass movie, that boy is softer than wet toilet paper. He is not the real Liu Kang.
Okay, before can I say this? 10 seconds at least.
Say something.
Favorite character I remember playing when me and my brother got our Sega Genesis was Liu Kang because he was so close to Bruce Lee. He was so close to Bruce Lee. Every game from that point on had like a Bruce Lee sort of character in their game.
Right. Yep.
He's been my guy since day one. Like we go back like wave caps and waves, man. Like that's how far we go back with Liu Kang. At least I do. And just to see like this Liu Kang in this, he's supposed to be the chosen one. He's supposed to be
exactly.
He's the guy. He's the man.
He's supposed to be the one. He's
yes.
supposed to be the fucking champion.
Yes, and he's always been like that main character. Who takes on Shang Tsung? Liu Kang. Like right. No matter how many times you tell this story, who's taking on Shang Tsung? It's Liu Kang. The people of the podcast, this Liu Kang was a big disappointment. He felt like he was.
We're gonna call it. This motherfucker was sorry.
He was
trash.
In comparison to Robin Shou, who played him in 1995.
The truth.
There's no comparison because Robin Shou, he put himself. Only thing I wish Robin Shou ever would have done was to put on the red headband. If he would have done that, my mind would have been blown in 1995.
That dude was Liu Kang, bro.
They made this Liu Kang.
He embodied the entire character of Liu Kang. Everything.
They made this character now seem like he was like a bum. I felt like he was, what did I say? I called him a street rat. Like basically he was Aladdin. Like, getting a chance to.
He's just living in the temple, just chilling. Like, oh, we just sitting here eating rice and shit, waiting on y'all to arrive. What the fuck?
Now there was no full-on swagger to him. Like the story just didn't hit. But if we want to talk swagger, I got 3 check marks of like, okay, good. Sub-Zero and Scorpion are 2 of those.
Oh yeah.
The third check for that was Kung Lao. And again, I know we said spoiler alert with it.
Can I say something before you go into Kung Lao? Okay. Because I said the whole movie was trash, but there was one point when Sub-Zero comes to Earth and wrecks shit.
Yeah.
And that part of the movie was kind of off the chain. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of like that shit.
And see, that's the thing. There's concepts in that movie that worked a little bit. But then there's stuff that just seemed like so far.
Yeah, so far.
Just not what I won't say far-fetched. It just felt like so far removed. It's like we got Scorpion and Sub-Zero, who and we know we're gonna get the end. But then we have like characters in between that just don't hit.
Don't match.
The only one that hit for me was Kung Lao. The way he appeared, if you put side by side with like any Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat 2 to now, his movement, his everything was spot on, and they killed him. And he's died in games before. He's got his neck broken by Shao Kahn before, so he's died. We know this, but you want to talk about getting a character correct and having a fatality that fits that character that was actually a really good fatality. You checked every box on Kung Lao just to kill him, and we'll never see him again. Wow, you never developed fully. You developed Kung Lao to me within like the first few minutes I saw him, way more than Sonya being in the movie.
Character.
Exactly.
Any other character.
Exactly.
And I listen. And let me say, we understand it's a movie. Okay, people, yeah. All right, but whatever. The motherfucker's supposed to be good. So they tried to develop Jax with the whole backstory with him and Sonya talking about fighting and let's get your shit together in the arms and shit. Okay, whatever. Still didn't care nothing about that damn story. Then here comes Kano. We know Kano is a motherfucking mercenary. Of course, he flip-flop, switch sides. We already know that.
So
because he's about the money.
Which would seem so unnatural. If you look to see how his character was, obviously he's a criminal. We all know that. Mm-hmm. He's never going to sort of change. But give me some, maybe even a little doubt in his mind that he may have,
make you think he might be a good person.
Because he sat around and ate rice with him, and side note, on a pilot cut that whenever it gets released, I said something about that Kano eye looking kind of janky in the trailer, and it looked exactly like it did in the trailer.
Really did.
You were like, nah, wait. You you
Hey,
like
y'all,
you like you
I
like
had
nah.
such high hopes for this fucking movie. Y'all just don't know.
You like nah, just
Look how
wait.
mad I am.
Wait till
Like
they
I'm trying to hold it together for this podcast, y'all. Like I'm boiling inside. I was so pissed off how trash this movie was.
but real quick, before we get off a little topic too, you were talking about like how they get their powers, so
Right.
or their abilities, and I didn't care for it because
I
in
didn't
my
know.
mind, here's my mind. So if Jax would have still had his arms, would he still got like, I don't know, robot arms and steel?
Or would he be like super strong? Because if you hadn't seen the movie, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this: how you get your motherfucking powers. Or what is it called? It don't even make a fuck what it's called. This is how you get your shit. You get really pissed off, and all of a sudden you got fucking powers. That's pretty much it. So once Jax get really pissed off, he can lift heavy shit. Once Kane don't get pissed off, the motherfucking laser came out of his eye. He got his fucking powers.
But
Once
so
Cold Trash got pissed off, he got his little power. The whole movie, the whole power shit kind of pissed me off because Mortal Kombat characters come with their own fucking powers, period.
and I mean, look at the first movie. Like I know that Robin Shu Liu Kang's fireball was really close,
Yeah.
but oh my, when I saw that for the first time, like he wound up and he hit him with it. I was like, okay, that's
Yeah.
it. We got Johnny Cage's shadow kick in the first one
But you got this dude
with no
walking through the
with no explanation, Rufus. I don't need. Here's the thing about Mortal Kombat: we're up to what 11 games now.
11.
If you
Yes.
count in the side scrollers, we probably up to like 15 total. I don't care, and I don't think
No.
any other. I don't think any other Mortal
It
Kombat
was
fan
shit.
would
Let's get it.
care.
No.
Would care. You just I know Liu Kang. He can shoot out fireballs. Bet
Yeah.
like done. Johnny Cage. He can do splits and do the shadow kick.
Listen, dude,
Done.
I
Like
don't want to see.
Shang
I
Tsung's
don't
take
want to
souls.
see.
Done.
I don't want to see Luke Kane walking through the fucking caves showing the way with motherfucking fire. I don't want to see that. No, I want to see him putting that fire on somebody's ass. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. But before we get too removed from that too, I'll just go through a few beats real quick because we're moving after. Okay, we're at pretty much right now. If we're taking the storyline and following it from you, they've gotten their powers. Kano's flopped,
Right.
flip flopped. We get to see cosplay Shang Tsung. Side note: he'll never be a downloadable character in a video game like our man. What's his name? I keep getting his name wrong. Kerry Takawa. He will never. I bought the downloadable content for to have Christopher Lambert as Raiden in Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, Johnny Cage. All the characters from the movie. Really pissed. No Robin Shu though. I was really pissed about that one. But Christopher Lambert, I don't know why. But maybe they're saving him for the last thing. It feels like they keep coming out with downloadable content, give him like $5 or $10 every month, every time they come out. But he'll never have a character created to put in a game. That's how iconic that first movie was. And I mean, by today's standards, it doesn't really hit those same marks. But for that time, and seeing what we got now, I would much rather watch the first one. But after that, we see his henchmen or his crew, and it just, to me, that's where I sort of started checking out because we get Goro as well, which I want to jump on because again, in a cut will in our Awesome Heat pilot cut, we talked about this as well, where I was on the side of saying, man, give me that Goro in that as cumbersome as that suit looked, give me that. And just remembering how that suit looked, how he was sitting on his throne with the four. This is my beef with the Goro in this movie. He just showed up, fought, died.
Yeah, pretty
The
much.
Goro in the first movie obviously just
He's
had
the fucking champion.
he was the champion. He had lines. He had a table full of food. He came out smacking people around. He killed the only black guy in the tournament. Apparently, well, the second black guy, the black guy with the dreads that Luke Kane
Yeah.
roundhouse to sleep, and then and then what was our guy Art Lee? My man was in there. We're gonna, for all purposes here, this is what we talk about. Awesome, he's just going to be us riffing on the stuff that we like, the stuff that we didn't like. And with this part, you're just gonna have to sit through, because remember when Art Lee was the black guy was training or warming up, he was doing his little splits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He turned around, saw Goro. Then Goro go like that.
Yeah,
just that like, stuff alone made me like that character a lot better.
I was just gonna say, the characters on the first movie made you feel something. You felt connected to those characters. And it could have been because the game just came out. It was so fresh, and then the movie came out and it was fresh. But although we've been playing these movies for years, for decades, like you said, we're on 11. This movie should have gave us some type of feeling. You know what I'm saying? Other than,
And here's the thing: they have such a long lineage now. They put in a few Easter eggs here and there, which I commend them for. But at the end of it, there's no full-on payoff. I mean, we get that one teaser at the end.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he wasn't in it.
Before we get to the end, finish about Goro, because because here's the thing. Like he said, Goro shows up. He has everything Goro is supposed to have, but he fucking dies by the weakest fucking character on the whole fucking movie.
And I'm gonna tell you
what I want.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Can I tell you what I want? Because I wanted, like you said before, I wanted what they showed me in the beginning, Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I wanted Scorpion to show up in Mortal Kombat and wreck shop on every motherfucker that stood in his way in getting the Sub-Zero.
That would have been.
That's what I want.
I mean,
but we didn't get that.
If you want you're gonna have to watch Scorpion's Revenge.
And that's the thing. When everybody saw the 7-minute release, everybody was like, "Okay, this is going to be like the real live action of Scorpion's Revenge." Then introduce Mortal Kombat. This is how we get to Mortal Kombat. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen. They went a whole different way with their whole story and everything. And I get it, man. Look, y'all get paid to write and shit, and that's cool. But the movie's trash.
Yeah, it just didn't.
And coming to the end, because this is right at the end of Mortal Kombat, Goro comes out, gets stabbed in the fucking eye and dies.
Did he get his arms and stuff cut off too? I can't remember.
He got his hand cut off, and then he got stabbed in the eye.
Yeah, for me, and it was fatality like. I'll give him that.
But mind you, Goro is the champion.
Yeah, he just got smashed down by.
He has fought countless dudes way better than Cold Trash. You feel me? And all of a sudden, this is the guy that. And then here's another thing: Goro is not to be summoned. You don't summon Goro to go to another world just to do dumb shit.
Usually for Goro, for me, he was always like he was summoned to a degree, but he was like hanging out in whatever throne or cave that he's at.
Like here comes the door, and
he comes.
That's what I'm saying. He's the prince. Like, you bring the tournament to him. He's the prince. I don't leave Outworld for shit.
You know what they did?
This is my place.
They Bane henchman him, basically, man. He was a henchman. Goro was relegated to being a henchman.
What happens to all henchmen? They get what?
He should have just been henchman number 3 for this movie, man. That's what he should have been. But once that all started happening, like the last few fights, it's like they tried to rush them through, where we didn't have a fight that breathed. We didn't have a chance for it to breathe. We didn't have
The
that Johnny
only
Cage
fight,
Scorpion to breathe. We didn't have that Liu Kang
no,
Reptile breathe or that
no.
Shang Tsung breathe. It was like fight, 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 cut to another one. Fight, 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 cut to another one. Finish him here and then finish him here. We go to another one. They were able to put in like 4 fights in the last what through what
4 minutes.
well not
Actually,
that more than that, like about 20 or so.
it was
When
actually
when
more than 4 fights. It was like 5 fights.
Jax went somewhere. Jax,
Jackson, the big
Sonya,
dude.
Liu Kang,
They'll say
so
Jackson, the big dude, Sonya, and old girl,
and Melina, yeah.
Melina. And then Scorpion was, I'm not Scorpion, but Cole was fighting Sub-Zero.
And Liu
And
Kang
then
went to Cabal. Yeah.
right. And then Kung Lao was fighting that screeching chick.
Well, that was
You know what
it.
I'm saying?
But I'm just saying, like the last few minutes where it felt like, okay, we gotta get the team together.
Right, we got it.
Even
Yeah.
that was weak. Like even that didn't come off. Here's what it boils down to, Rufus. And I kind of want to go through my list really quick before we go to our next subject. But it came down to like what you said before. We just didn't care about the characters because I don't think we had that time to spend with them. I'm not even sure. I wish I could pull up real quick. I'm not even sure how long the 1995 movie was, but I just know like we got time to spend with Liu Kang. We got time to spend with Johnny Cage on his movie set. You know, this is where you fall down. Like, where'd you get this guy? Like, you know, like we saw Sonya and a Jax during that time.
Yeah.
So now those stories breathe. We saw Shang Tsung talk to Goro. We saw like you want to talk about the definitive Mortal Kombat movie. We got it already.
Yeah, man.
And we get towards the end, obviously everything happens, they win, and Shang Tsung tries to cheat.
Before you finish, the Scorpion Sub-Zero fight is good at the end too.
Amazing.
Just go watch it. It's
amazing.
But then we get, needless to say, if y'all hadn't noticed by now, Scorpion and Sub-Zero are the two best things in this film.
And I put Kung Lao there until they take his soul.
He got killed, yeah.
But then obviously that movie ends on that note, like Earthrealm is saved. We didn't even talk about Raiden, but even Raiden came off very, very lackluster in this one too, unfortunately.
Hold on. Hey, can I do the Raiden? Can I do it? How every time he come on the screen?
Go ahead.
Did my eyes glow and shit? Because it's every fucking time you're going. Let me do it for you again, people. Okay. This is how you come on the screen.
Yeah,
That's just every single scene.
He just didn't give that gravitas that we wanted from him, which was very, very disappointing at the end of the day. The movie at the end of the day was a disappointment, in my opinion. It just didn't hit for me. I didn't go in with high expectations, which was probably a good thing for me.
I wanted it to be good.
But obviously it ends now, and apparently they're going to try to get more champions. So they get this teaser, Johnny Cage of Cole Young going out to Hollywood. I guess Johnny Cage might have a dragon mark. I don't know. Maybe he got it now. I don't know. Who gives a damn about the dragon mark, man? Like
somebody cares, but
Raiden is essentially supposed to be like LeBron James of building this super team, and he has to wait on people to get marks and find him. Talk about a lazy GM, man, a lazy general manager. But anyway, real quick, before, I know we want to close up this one and get to Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I had a good, bad, and ugly list. I wanted to go down real quick. Good, everything Kung Lao was doing. Max Hong was really good. Beat for beat, he was perfect. Sub-Zero and Scorpion, first fight, last fight. Sub-Zero's get over here voice was fantastic to me. I popped for all of that. I low-key put Jackson Sonya in there just because, I mean, if you're gonna do a spinoff, just do a Special Forces spinoff and leave everything else alone. No, you're not gonna do a tournament anyway. So just forget about doing Mortal Kombat. Bad. I put Raiden and Shang Tsung, snooze fest, boredom. Christopher Lambert was obviously a better Raiden. Even the video game Raiden is more imposing. And come on, man, Shang Tsung. I mean, come on. There wasn't even a your soul is mine type thing. It was bad.
Gosh.
Liu Kang, I called him a street rat, supposed to be the chosen one. Robin Shu was the man. The ugly list, the story we talked about, the Dragon Mark and Cole Young. It made I didn't care. Um, it Mortal Kombat has an easy story. It's essentially Enter the Dragon, rated R. Just go with it. No explanation needed. I don't have to know how Liu Kang shoots a fireball. He just shoots a fireball. No Johnny Cage, which was a missed opportunity there. I don't see how that even got greenlit when you don't have your core three, Johnny Cage, Sonya, and Liu Kang. But seeing the story that they went with, Johnny Cage wouldn't fit in this thing at all. But missed opportunity not having him in there. If they get a sequel, more than likely he'll be in there. That's at least what they teased at the end of it. But yeah, just it made me want to. In my final note, it made me really want to rewatch the first movie a whole right after that, in between it and right after.
To watch something good.
Yes. So Rufus, I guess are we rating stuff? We're still figuring out the show, but are we gonna rate this movie like?
Oh, you want me to rate this?
How about flames? We'll do flames since we were all about that heat. So 5, we got a total of 5 flames. How many flames you giving Mortal Kombat?
A -7.
-7 flames.
Yeah, that motherfucker snowballs. I want snowballs on this shit. Motherfucker, this movie sucked. Okay. This movie was trash. Okay, I didn't enjoy it.
I'm not going to destroy it that much because I didn't go in with that high as expectations. Obviously, your expectations were very, very high if you're giving it 7 snowballs. So mine, some good points, some good parts, some good things here and there. Out of 5, I'll give it a 2. I'll be generous. I'll give it 2 flames out of 5.
2 flames?
Yeah, I mean that's still low. That's 2 flames out of 5.
You gotta understand what my enthusiasm level was.
But that's you.
That trailer, bro. I wanted what I wanted, dog.
But I saw that trailer too, Rufus, and I was like, not sure.
Man, like when we saw the trailer for King Kong versus Godzilla, we were both like, this motherfucker finna be off the chain.
They hyped it up really well, especially with like my visual of that trailer is like Kong looking at the camera and they're zooming in and can't kind of do like a shoulder roll. And I was but there was nothing honestly about that Mortal Kombat trailer that made me like super pop. Like to get over here at the end, but you show me my guy Liu Kang and I'm not a big guy by any means either, but in comparison to like how Robin Shu and how those characters are larger than life at this point. In the world of pop culture, they're larger than life. You say get over here, everybody and their mama knows what you're talking about, and they did him justice. But Liu Kang, he didn't do the yells. He knew scream. Ooh. We'll quick and we'll leave it here. That bicycle kick was trash.
I knew we were gonna leave and he was gonna lay that out. That bicycle kick was hot garbage. That's what it was.
The one Robin Shu put on Reptile, he beat the Reptile out of him.
Yeah, he did.
Robin Shu was just and then he hit him with the Bruce Lee stomp at the end. Okay. Enough Mortal Kombat.
Listen, just tell you, go watch 1995 version of Mortal Kombat
and stay away from Annihilation. Anyway, Falcon and the Winter Soldier just ended 6-episode arc. I enjoyed every episode, but we're here and we're going to give our sort of review of it, especially that last episode about just how much it meant for us at least to see a Black Captain America. And I believe Rufus has like that quote down packed of what Sam said when he was talking to the cops, but to not jump too far. First topic, the suit. Can't believe they went full comic book with that suit, and it was fantastic.
That suit is fucking phenomenal. It was beautiful. I loved every part of it.
Man, it's cloaked in vibranium, man.
The star, the wings, dude. When I saw the suit, I got chills.
It
When
was
I
such a good
saw
suit.
the suit, I got chills. What really gave me chills was when he threw the shield through the window. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking about the final episode, guys. When he threw the shield through the window, flew through the window, and some jackass, hey, who are you? And Sam looks at him and says, Captain America, and keeps walking. I said, oh, he the truth. Yeah,
Yeah,
he ain't
and
to
we
be
were.
fucked with on this episode.
I was eating pizza at the time because that was my. I'm glad I watched that and ate my pizza instead of Mortal Kombat, but that's neither here nor there. Um, Not that Mortal Kombat was gross or anything; it was just a very bad movie. But when he did that, the pizza was right here. I was like, I put it down and I just slid it back.
Let
I'm
me
watching
sit
the
up.
rest of
Yeah,
this.
I mean, I don't want to miss
I'm not missing anything.
nothing.
I pizza can get cold for all I care. I don't care.
Dude, you cannot tell me that was one of the coldest scenes in this. For me personally, that was one of the coldest scenes. Man, when he threw the shield, knocked out the bad guy, flies in. That's just cool on his own. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Walking and dude, who are you? I'm Captain America.
and just keeps booking. Just
And keep
keeps
book.
booking. Dude, that
Fucking
I
awesome.
I'm so happy when like because we've seen photos of a side by side picture like
Yeah.
here's comic book Falcon and here's comic book Captain America. Let me get it right.
Yeah.
And just side by side. And Marvel for me has done a really good job when it came to costuming. The only one that I'm glad they only ran with one time was Captain America's suit in the first Avengers movie. That one was very it didn't hit for me,
It
but
was very 1950s,
it was very and they gave a good story about why it was
1940s. Yeah.
why it was designed like that. Coulson, big fan, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But from a suit standpoint, Marvel's knocked it out of the park every single time.
Yeah.
Like from start to finish. Now, even the series, we get Wanda as Scarlet Witch, and now we get Falcon as full on Captain America. No complaints are ever coming from me. On Marvel doing anything suit wise. They're knocking that sucker out of the park. But I think one of the most important things that we want to highlight too is Isaiah Bradley. Want to talk about a character that got his just due as well as Sam did. Rufus, what do you explain to the people that scene and how much it meant?
If you all don't know who Isaiah Bradley is the first Black Captain America. So when Steve Rogers was sleeping or in the ice, they were trying to make another Captain America. So what they did with the Black soldiers, they just started giving them random drugs to see who would take hold of the super serum. And Isaiah Bradley was the one who did. And he got his powers. He went and saved his men. And after he did that, what America did to him was absolutely atrocious. They locked this man up for 30 years. His wife passed. You know, they experimented on this man and did a whole bunch of crap to him. So, and he and Sam has this really intense conversation during one of the early episodes when he says, what self-respecting Black man would want to be Captain America?
That was rough, man. That was
and that for me hit home because the whole time Sam is struggling with, do I even want to be Captain America?
And he didn't. I mean, you can look at it.
And I don't want to skip to the end, but I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the end when
go ahead.
To hit on the point what Dion was saying about Isaiah getting his just due. What happens at the end of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or let me say Captain America and the Winter Soldier,
came up at the end,
is they finally recognize Isaiah's contribution to America, period. And they gave him his own wing in the museum, in the Captain America Museum, which was beautiful. And I mean, that's another part. It really gave I got chills now, like just talking about
it. Same.
Because let me tell you something, people. This whole entire series, for people that look like me, for people that look like Dion, Black men in America, Black women in America, brown women and men in America, we don't get our just due all the time. And we have a rough go at it. And as you can see, what Marvel did through this whole entire series showed Sam not only as a hero, but showed him as a black man struggling in
Yeah.
America, just trying to
Yeah.
do simple stuff like take care of his family,
He's a
take
daggum
care of his
Avenger,
sister.
man. Like he's
Yeah,
and still
yeah.
struggling to get a loan at the
Like
bank.
they show him he can't even get a loan at the bank. He's an actual Avenger. He saved the world. He saved your life. The jackass that's denying him the loan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then let's push forward to another episode where he and Bucky are sitting there having a conversation in the middle of the street, and cops pull up out of nowhere. And
Mhm.
before they even say anything to Bucky, they're addressing, Sam in a rude manner. And
Yeah.
Sam is asking, like, who are y'all? Why are y'all here? And they're asking him for his ID. This stuff happens in real life. And I'm sure if you have a TV, a computer, you've seen this stuff. It happens in
Mhm.
real life. And I like the fact that Marvel took it head on and was like, look, this happens in America. This is the trash that happens in America. This is what you see. Even though these people are heroes, they go and fight for your lives, my lives, and everybody else's lives for the way we live here in America. And we still treat them like this when they come over here. These people are heroes, and this is how we treat our heroes. And I'm glad that Marvel hit on it.
Mhm. And it was
So I
very
mean, and if I'm talking too long, yeah, because I feel a certain way about it. Like I said, man,
well,
people that
well,
look like me and people that look like Dion, it can be rough out here.
well, thing
You
is,
know.
it's a very timely message with everything that's been going on this last year,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously what happened last week with the Derek Chauvin trial and stuff like
Yeah.
that too, and how people feel about that American flag or how they feel about the Stars and Stripes, and we got a
And
black
even
man
just how
wearing
how
this.
black people feel about other black people serving this country, because little do we know, man, people, even in your family, feel a certain way about you serving this country with
Mm-hmm.
those stars and stripes. And I'm gonna say a quote from Sam
It was
Wilson.
so good.
Not that one, but this quote that
Oh,
hit me when he says, "I'm not gonna let you tell me I can't fight for my country because
mm-hmm.
I'm black. That's why I'm fighting." You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why
That
it's
was the
yeah.
whole point. He said that. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna tell me I can't fight for my country. I like to fight for my country because I want people to see me doing
Mm-hmm.
something better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And if a black man can become Captain America, I mean, that just thinking about that and that imagery of that, and I mean, granted, it's
And
all a comic
just
book. Granted, it's all a comic book.
right.
It's all like that. But for me as a kid, if I'm a younger kid growing up and I'm seeing this now, and I'm watching this TV show, and I've seen
Yeah.
all the Marvel movies up to this point. I think it's like 25 properties total now, or some
Yeah.
20 something like that. I don't even know the number now, but to see like Anthony Mackie is dressed in as
The
Captain
stars and
America
stripes.
as
Yeah.
Stars and Stripes, I'm thinking to myself like, man, I I don't know, like young Dion would have flipped out as well because even growing up, we're looking for those characters who look like us, and representation
Yeah.
means a lot. Obviously,
Yes.
Batman is my favorite character, but how wild would there's some alternate universe of Marvel, not Marvel, DC universe where we have an actual black Batman. I'm sure of it.
Right.
Some Earth number, give it a number, do whatever you want to. But just seeing that representation now, if I was a kid, like it puts that little belief in you. It for me, I feel like it's more or less like saying like you can become president. I know it's a
Yeah.
superhero movie or whatever, but like dude, you can still fight for this
You can
country. You
do
can still be
anything.
proud. You can still, it was so hopeful. Is what I, and if I'm rambling, I apologize, but it was just so hopeful to hear Sam say that stuff, and then to have black people in the crowd recording, or have people in black people saying like that's Captain America, not the
Yeah.
not the Black Falcon or whatever. But it
Nope.
did that did make me laugh when they were
Yeah.
calling them like so,
Yeah.
but it
But
just
when the
gives you that
guy
hope.
corrected him and said, "No, that's Captain America," that right there, that's
Yeah.
what people, that's what I think people need to see. No,
Mm-hmm.
he's not the Black Falcon. He's not the Falcon. He is Captain America. Okay,
He is.
and enough said. You
And
know.
all things considered, but suits. I don't know if you can see it, but that early suit of
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
in some another alternate universe. I want to see that suit too, but that's neither here nor there.
Man, I just gotta say, man, from the very first episode to this very last episode,
Yes.
um, Marvel captured my imagination. They captured my heart. They
Mm-hmm.
captured my everything through this entire
A little bit of anger in there
yeah
too.
through this
Yeah,
entire they captured everything through this entire series, and I appreciate them, and I'm really excited about the Captain America movie that's coming out.
exactly. Before we get to that real quick, John Walker, you call him
Right,
JW. I don't you
JW.
I refuse to call him Cap earlier on. I'll call Anthony Mackie Cap or Sam Wilson Cap.
Hey,
But
because he is Captain
he's
America.
yes. Even did you notice like one of the guys called him Cap when
Yeah,
he pulled about to
yeah. At the end,
go pick up the guy? I was
yeah,
like, all right then,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Because
But
you recognize now I am
yes,
Captain America.
yeah. But John Walker, a little bit of redemption, but at the end we obviously see that he is in his U.S. agent suit, his black suit.
Yeah.
Um, what's your thoughts on that? Because is he full
So
villain or is he just oblivious to the fact now?
so like I stated before in a previous episode, um, I think JW suffers from like some type of split personality disorder that hasn't been diagnosed. Obviously, look, I'm not a doctor, but who gives a shit? Um, because you can tell sometimes he wants to be a good guy,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes he wants to be the bad guy. And when that bad guy takes over, as we all saw, he smashed
Yeah,
people's face off on camera. Oh, when the
it
good guy takes
happens.
over, when the good guy takes over, he saves lives. So he did have a little redemption moment in this last episode when he saved those people. Obviously, he wanted to go and get Carly. He wanted to go
Mm-hmm.
and make her pay for taking his best friend's life. And I can understand that. Like, I truly can understand how you feel when somebody has kicked your best friend in the chest and caved it through his back.
Destroyed that.
Yeah,
Just
I
destroyed
can
Lamar.
understand how you want to put hands on this woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a bus on fire over here with people falling down.
Mm-hmm.
You're wearing the stars and stripes with Captain America, and you got a shield.
So
You know,
where do you we see him next? Like, is
so
will you think we'll see him in like the Captain America 4
I
movie
do
or
believe, I believe we will see him in the Captain America movie because now, as you like you said, he has the U.S. agent outfit on. He has the
mm-hmm.
U.S. agent gear on, and he still, in his mind, I think he's working for
The
a
greater
higher
good sort of thing?
cause, the greater good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure we will see him, and then this is where we will see him become Captain America's villain
Full
instead
on
of
then.
instead of his, you know, partner or counterpart or somebody he can
Yeah.
call on to come help him, in rough situations. I don't think we're gonna see that from the
Gotcha.
US
Yeah,
agent.
I don't think that either. Which leads us to another, I guess, theory or prediction of like the power broker. We saw how the show ended. Um, I have no clue who she was talking to on the phone. Any thoughts there?
Well, can I
Because
say something? Dion, tell the people who hit it on the nose after the first episode when
you
they
said
showed her. What did I
you
tell
did
you?
say, you ain't right about much, but you're right about that.
I told you I don't trust that chick, bro. And like I said, she was too far gone in the underworld to come back just
Yeah,
happy
she
go
was.
lucky. Let me forget the country that shitted on me. You know what I'm saying? Let
Mm-hmm.
me come in here and be like, oh yeah, I'll go right back to working for the secret agent and doing all the dumb shit I was doing before.
It
After y'all
was,
forgot about me and left me in the underworld.
yeah, it was
But
tough. Like,
yeah. So who I think she was talking to, I personally think she was talking to one of her partners, somebody that's helping her get money in the underworld, somebody that's helping her cement her crown as the power broker or as a underworld kingpin, so to speak.
mm-hmm.
Because now, as she said, if you hadn't seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the last episode, she said we got access to everything: prototype weapons, U.S.
It's
government
there.
secrets,
Oh yeah.
everything you want now. Look, get the people on the line because the money about to get right.
well, with that at the end, that's pretty much, again, we can't say no. I mean, it's your typical sort of ending for a Marvel property sort of thing. Bad guys lose, sort of thing like that. No more super soldiers because Zemo took them out. Like it ended typically like you're like with a bow. Probably one of the most optimistic endings of any sort of Marvel property I can remember. Aside from the Power Broker, just seeing Sam and Bucky hanging out together,
I was
drinking
gonna
together.
ask you before we end, how do you feel about that friendship? Like from seeing Sam and Bucky from the first movie in Captain America,
They were going at each
War,
yeah, they were.
and seeing them now, how that friendship has developed. I loved it.
Seeing how Captain America was that connecting tissue, that thread to them, and he's no more. So once he was no more, or he left, or he went, got his dance, did whatever, that sort of took the scissors and what?
Wait a minute.
What's that?
Wait a minute, because you missed something. What is Captain America doing on the moon? I know you heard that man ask
that's just a thing that started in the beginning too, where Sam told.
But I know you heard that man say that when he kicked in that window, when he threw that shield through that window, and he said, "I thought Captain America was on the moon."
It's a theory. It's a running theory. There's no way Captain America's on the moon.
Man, you don't know where You don't know where Steve Rogers is.
I can tell you.
We don't even know if Steve Rogers is dead.
I feel like all certainty in my life, I can say like he's not on the moon. What would he be doing on the moon?
I don't know, but go back, and I'm gonna tell you like this. Go back and look in his little book.
Did it say something
in his little book?
Did it really?
Yeah, something about the moon in his little book, bro.
Well, I'll find that photo and put it in here, so our listeners or watchers or viewers can take a look at that too. Because I'm curious now, but I don't think there's anything there. But
okay,
real quick, that relationship with Bucky and Sam, phenomenal now. Love it. From they're tighter than they were now. They're tighter now than they were before, even with Captain America in between. Because once Cap left, they both went their sort of separate ways. Sam tried to call him and Bucky wouldn't take it. He's trying to redeem himself. Sam was the right person that Bucky needed for what Sam's particular set of skills are. Bucky needed help with that, or he needed that person.
Sam helps people, and that's what a lot of people didn't understand during this whole entire series. All they wanted to do was see Sam kick ass. No, Sam was trying to help that young lady fit into a society that, basically, for lack of words that I'm not trying to even think about right now, shitted on her.
Yeah,
that's a society treated this woman and her people like her like shit. And this is what she did to get back at him. And Sam was trying to help her figure out another way,
not punch her out of it.
Of going about addressing her issue. And I like that's one thing I love about Sam Wilson. That's one thing I love about his character. He always trying to help people. He try to talk to you before he kick your ass.
And at the end of the day, what does it take to be Captain America? You have to be a good man.
That's it. That's all you have to be.
And Sam is a good man. And you could tell throughout this entire series that he wasn't all about shooting. He wasn't all about punching. He wasn't all about fighting. Every situation Sam Wilson got in, he was willing to talk, discuss, negotiate, figure this thing out, and help that person or those people too. So Sam Wilson is officially
Captain America. Like he said,
there you go.
No super serum,
nothing.
No blonde hair, no blue eyes. This is me standing here trying to help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said, I just want us to do better.
All of us to do better. Yeah. But all in all, I know we got off on our Mortal Kombat talk and stuff like that, which is a really good in-depth one. I wanna dive into that one again, maybe bring some other people on for that. But ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our first episode. Rufus, I think we got this thing in this time. So So, so Rufus, tell them where they can find us everywhere.
So listen, you all can find us on Twitter at awesome_heat. You can also find us on Instagram at awesome_heat. You can follow us on Facebook at Awesome Heat, and you can also watch our podcast on YouTube at Awesome Heat. Please, we love to see your videos. We love to read your comments.
Please do.
We'll respond to every single comment, I promise you. And let us know in the comments what you all would like for us to discuss, any movies you all would suggest that we could watch and review, any TV shows, anime, games, anything. We'll talk about it all. So
yeah,
hit us up.
And we're looking forward to it. This is going to be a fun time. We got something coming out every month. We got other stories coming. We got DC, Marvel stuff. There's a lot to talk about, and we want to talk it with you. And we want to bring that awesome heat every week, right, Rufus?
Every week, baby.
Every week, man. Well, again, I'm Dia in Prime Time More. You can just call me Prime if you want. All right, and we'll see you next week. Peace.